What's going on, Silly Geese? Grab your popcorn, because today we're watching a movie that somehow convinced Disney to let a man get blown up, experimented on without consent, beheaded, and still somehow get a PG-13 rating? That's right, today we're watching Inspector Gadget, a movie about a cop named John Brown who gets turned into a robotic super cop after a accident, all while a billionaire named Claw and his evil henchmen build an evil Inspector Gadget with way too white teeth. There's multiple attempted murders,
Professor.
a little bit of indecent exposure, some very dramatic sexual tension. And I gotta be honest with you, Silly Geese, after watching this again, Inspector Gadget should have been rated R. The movie starts with Officer John Brown in quite possibly the worst situation you could ever hope to be in. But don't worry, he answers the call with some Superman-level strength and a little bit of animal cruelty. With this getaway bus on the getaway, this bear out in front of a store, he fully accepts his fate and makes no attempt to get out of the way. But thankfully, it was all a dream.
All in a day's work.
Uncle John wakes up and it's time to take his niece to...
The day parents come and talk about their careers.
Which indicates something happened with her parents, and they never touch on it the whole movie. In his real life, he's not actually a cop, he's a...
security guard.
But he wants to be a cop. The only problem is he only has
2 years.
which feels like it should be more than enough time. I mean, in today's day and age, cops' experience is... Yeah, I'm not going to touch on that. We thankfully segue away with this foot transition to the Bradford lab, where Dr. Bradford and her dad have a experimental foot that they're trying to get to.
Kick the ball.
But so far, they're coming up with...
Nothing.
They eventually have a breakthrough when he starts...
Thinking about how much you remind me of your mother.
Okay, I mean, Dr. Bradford does explain it better.
Wait a second. That's it. It's animated by will, not by thought. By your heart.
But there's no time for logic because...
We moved the foot!
And with a victory, they decide to leave the lab, but not before Mr. John Brown's doing some light security stalking.
Bradford. She's so beautiful. Wowzer.
John decides it's time to make his move, so he asks his fellow security guard Velma how he looks, and she tells him he looks like a
geek from Kansas who became a security guard.
And yeah, she's my favorite character so far. There's also somebody else stalking Dr. Bradford.
Well, good evening, young lady.
Uncle John tries a killer pickup line.
Nice stars.
And poor Dr. Bradford, she's actually trying to get away.
I forgot my keys.
But John just tells her that.
Well, I'll just stay here then.
Meanwhile, the other guy that was watching Dr. Bradford decides to take some action. And the ever-observant John says...
Hey, that guy's speeding.
He calls into Velma to ask her what happened, and she tells him...
We have an intruder on the premises, a black van.
Really, Velma? We had to bring color into this. After it crashes in, the...
Big hole in the wall.
lets out like a small army of robots who go to steal the foot, which they do pretty easily.
I'll take that.
And then they kill Dr. Bradford's dad.
Professor.
Which wasn't necessary at all. Rightfully, Velma's pretty concerned.
Uh-oh, someone's gonna blame the old lady.
But don't worry, guys. Security guard Brown is on the case and...
Justice will be served.
he gets in what is the world's worst car ever and begins his chase.
We've been chased by the hatchback squad.
See, this guy gets it. And then in the most cartoony, evil sequence ever, they oil slick the car. This obviously does make him crash, but he's not giving up.
Now you've crossed the line. Pull over, you!
The chase ends with him crashing into this sign, which then starts to fall on them. And yeah, I think those two guys die. I mean, we're not even 10 minutes into a Disney PG movie, and we have 3 murders. Our evil villain survived, though, and he lights a...
Victory cigar.
No thanks.
and he blows up Inspector Gadget.
Oh boy.
Which sends a bowling ball into the air, which crushes the evil dude's hand. The next day, John's niece goes to check on him and finds him just like the Juggernaut from X-Men.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Dr. Bradford's there because I guess one, she feels bad, but two, she wants to experiment on John. And we meet the mayor, whose first line in this movie is,
How soon could you finish?
"Oh, Mrs. Mayor, I didn't know you were coming." The police chief is here too, and he kind of straight up sucks. And every line he has is just brutal.
With the English patient there?
So they get the clearance they need from nobody to experiment on John and turn him into who we will know as Inspector Gadget. So while we do that, we get a better look at our villain of the movie, who now has a hook hand.
It's got a sort of postmodern Captain Hook kind of feel to it.
And I'm sorry, this is the most evil crew I've ever seen in my life. I do like this snap thing he does, though. They brainstorm names and they eventually settle on,
Just Claw.
you know, because it's...
Like Madonna.
And then they go through a bunch of hands that Claw can use. And if Kramer, that's the weird scientist guy, can make all these hands, why did they need to steal the foot? But we don't have time to worry about that because, what's that? Uncle John's awake and doing the weirdest walk ever? Let's take a look. His new body starts going haywire, which feels like a weird metaphor for puberty. And he runs into Dr. Bradford, who tells him that he has only...
You suffered a pretty major concussion and...
He takes it really well.
No! I gotta get out of here.
Then we get her first weird tension moment where he powers down on top of her and says,
I don't want to be like this.
So then she kind of breaks down that he's been designed as a cyber police officer to eventually replace the police force, and this news doesn't go to his head at all. Back with Claw, they've made a full now robot body pretty quick, and he powers it up and makes this noise. He makes Evil Bowcut try it out and tells him to
Give him maximum voltage.
It goes super well. And you know, when they got the foot, I thought they had everything, but they must be missing something. I wonder, what could they be missing?
This is the single most important component, the neuron synapse amplifier.
While Dr. Bradford is explaining everything they did and everything that comes to being Inspector Gadget, she bends down, which John responds to like this. And yeah, this won't be the last time this happens. We get our, like, suit up scene with
The Gadget suit.
And there's a whole manual with boring instructions and all that. But pretty much all he has to do is say,
Go, go, Gadget.
So he tries it out with,
Go Gadget oil slick.
and yeah, he spills a bunch of toothpaste on her. And yep, that's exactly what happens. And they didn't mean anything else by this. For the next stage of his training, we get a somehow more offensive scene.
Try to visualize your goal.
And he tells him to.
Obtaining the balls.
And he does. So as a reward, they give him a car.
Ta-da!
The Gadget Mobile.
The car is the Gadget Mobile, and it has some really cool features and, you know, a nice little product placement.
Gosh, she's incredible.
Oh yeah, and he talks too. That's a thing he does.
Good morning, Riverton. Hey, who's in the car? I work alone.
There's this like tension between the Gadget Mobile and Inspector Gadget till like the end of the movie. And like Dr. Bradford programmed both of them. So why did they not program them to like each other? I'm reading too much into this. Don't worry though, the movie does practice safe driving because the Gadget Mobile tells John that he's
Gotta wear the belt, baby.
After driving for a little bit, they pull up to what is clearly someone trying to break into a car, and it's
Time to do some good.
but he thinks that they're just locked out and need help.
Allow me to help.
Yeah, I'm starting to get why this guy couldn't be a cop. They split up to go get the criminals, and it goes about as well as you think it should.
Go Gadget!
And then it's time to check on Claw, who we see at his desk that has a counter for his net worth. And I'm sorry, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. They watch the news report about Inspector Gadget while their cat also decides to pick up a life of crime. Later that night, they're doing an event to introduce Inspector Gadget to everyone, and John needs to
Loosen up. Be cool.
So he decides to ask Dr. Bradford for a dance, and it's going weirdly really well, until Claw butts in with his cigar hand.
May I cut in?
Inspector Gadget goes to,
Get us some champagne.
but really, he's eavesdropping on them in a really weird and obvious way. Claw offers Dr. Bradford a job, and she doesn't know that he's evil. That's important right now, because she does end up taking the job. And this is a really big shock to Inspector Gadget. That is until a woman backs it up on his ear. She tells Inspector, but he's pulled away for And then we get a montage of Inspector Gadget using his powers for the lamest things you could possibly use powers for. He tries to talk to the car about it, but you know.
Nobody likes a whiner.
So then he goes to the police chief and asks for
Permission to speak freely, sir.
and the chief says
No.
So then he leaves and the chief does this. And yeah, they never say why. Back at the evil lair, they've made the
Guy we almost killed.
which is evil Inspector Very White Teeth Gadget, who's getting ready to
Kick some butt.
Real Inspector Gadget takes a little potty break and goes to read some of the case files on Dr. Bradford's dad's murder, which I'll remind you, he was there for and doesn't need to read the case files. He knows who did it. So then the movie has quite a bit of filler where Inspector Gadget's trying to figure out where the Claw is. Dr. Bradford's working for the Claw. We get a quick Smash Mouth break. And evil Inspector Gadget's up to evil. We get a horrific scene of him doing this.
Inspector Gadget! Can I have your autograph?
Got any money?
He finds Dr. Bradford and does give her some great advice.
Go home! Lock your doors! Stay alive!
And then Dr. Bradford accidentally bumps into Robot Dr. Bradford. In case you didn't know, it's...
I'm you, only prettier.
So they go outside and Robot Dr. Bradford, also known as Brenda, loves it. Inspector Gadget finds out where the evil facility is and breaks in to go steal back the foot, while evil Bowlcut snores like this. He trips the alarm and pulls out his rollerblades to get away and, what's that?
We have a blader.
I love that they have a code for that, because that means it's happened before.
Repeat. Go get your break!
John! I gotta watch! Don't you ever stop! Oh, this is so much more cool than hanging out in that lab. All Sandy ever wants to talk about is that gross foot.
Back on the roof, Robot Brenda spills to Dr. Bradford all about the evil plans, the foot, everything. Oh yeah, and that she's...
Programmed to be a cheerleader. Watch. Ready? Okay.
Claw captures Inspector Gadget, you know, because...
You crushed my hand. I really like that hand.
Inspector Gadget asks,
Why would you do this?
and they tell him,
To make teachers shut up! Oh.
they take out his chip, you know, the...
Single most important component.
And we get this very disturbing scene. So with Inspector Gadget out of the way, they tell evil Inspector Gadget to...
Destroy the city and have some fun.
Okay, boss.
And right away, he goes to visit the police chief and does this. And it's here you really start to grasp how disturbing these teeth are.
That was the job, talking. The truth is,
He jumps out the window, sets off some police sirens, nothing crazy, and oh my gosh, he's fully burning the city down. We get a line that I feel like I shouldn't try to commentate, but you need to hear. Real Dr. Bradford goes to find real Inspector Gadget, and they track him to a junkyard, and they find him fully torn apart.
Wake up!
So she kisses him. But anyways, the kiss brings him back to life.
He doesn't need the chip.
It's my Uncle Chong, that's what it is.
And I thought they'd explain this more of like, maybe even hit on like, oh, it was true love's kiss and all that. They don't really explain why that happens at all. But they do need to go and they do need to get out of here because...
I feel the need for speed.
And they find the...
Evil dude's limo.
And Inspector Gadget fully jumps through the window with this catchphrase.
Gotcha!
drops another killer line,
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
and then they just push him out the window. And they think it's pretty funny. He catches back up to him pretty quick, but don't worry.
I'll go get him, boss.
There's a huge fight scene where Inspector Gadget fights evil Inspector Gadget, which, yeah, you'd expect. But then also Gadget-mobile fights non-sentient evil limo. And it takes them a little too long to win that fight. Back with the Gadgets, they have a, Western standoff until he tells them to.
Dance!
Which he does. And then Inspector Gadget gets a call, which he pauses the fight to take.
Gadget here.
And then they end the fight with mooning the whole city. Somehow Claw caught Brenda and told her this.
I love it when you call me Claw.
I forgot something. There's a whole other plot line where Evil Bowlcut and the niece run into each other. And he kind of starts to confess and confide in the niece that...
Next thing you know, you're a minion. You're a minion. I'm a minion.
And they do have a whole little therapy session where he's a good guy now. Back with the Gadgets, they're racing shopping carts on the bridge. A dog catches up to Claw and Brenda and steals Claw's underwear.
Plan now.
Since my dreams for a global robotic empire.
And then Inspector Gadget beheads evil Inspector Gadget. He does try to reason with him.
I'd hoped that we could have worked together.
And it goes super well. So then Inspector Gadget flies off to go save Brenda, but not before shaming this one particular man. Claw handcuffs Dr. Bradford to a helicopter, and she tells him,
I like you better fat!
and yeah, he crashes out pretty bad about it.
Bring on the brownies!
Inspector Gadget finally catches up to them, but somehow ends up in this situation.
Give you a lip.
So then he gets super offensive,
Try to visualize your goal.
which works out somehow.
Back to the drawing board.
So he gets Dr. Bradford, and they jump off the helicopter together, and they get in a free fall kind of panic situation
Bubble wrap logo gadget parasol. Parakeet.
until he finally finds one that works.
Parasol.
And they're landing peacefully, but he doesn't.
Watch out for the big head.
So they crash, and they're okay, but then Dr. Bradford asks him some very suggestive questions.
How's your auto-axle lubricator functioning?
It's functioning fully.
And then she says,
Oh, Gadget.
again, rated PG, Claw tries to break up the beautiful moment. But the Gadget-mobile takes care of it pretty quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Skolex is out, and that is the game.
The cops and the chief show up to arrest Inspector Gadget, thinking he's evil Inspector Gadget, but the niece does talk some sense into him.
Thought you'd want to know that Sanford Skolex created an evil version of my uncle to terrorize Riverton.
Which the chief responds to with another killer line.
Wowzer.
And then they walk off into the sunset, but don't worry.
This is not goodbye.
And I do feel like we got kind of a...
Happy ending.
That is until we have to watch these post-credit scenes.
And aerobics, I'll be your host. Rubber Brenda, follow me. It's gonna be...
But man, do we stick the landing with this last one.
My name is Sykes. Hi. And I'm a minion. But it's been 30 days since I last kissed up to anyone.
And that ends Inspector Gadget, which I hope you can agree with me now should have been rated R. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to officially join the Silly Geese gaggle, or just check out one of these videos that YouTube thinks that you'll like. But until next time, stay silly, geese.